90,000 people will be out there talking about it. These guys don't talk. I'm promoting the fight.
Is that fight happening in Vegas still? Because
I'll let you guys know when it's time to let you know. Yeah.
Regarding this TKO boxing thing, it did seem kind of interesting because I know that there was the Netflix upfronts, and I believe there were rumors that perhaps something was going to happen there with this Canelo and Crawford event. Turkey was pretty big on making it clear that you would be the head promoter, and then he did say actually you were going to be head promoter, and they didn't have a broadcaster, and then it was actually Sella's going to promote it, and it's going to be DAZN pay-per-view, Ring Magazine, all of that stuff.
What do you get when you put boxing's slickest tactician face-to-face with Mexico's pound-for-pound king? You get one of the most unexpected, jaw-dropping moments in modern fight history. Because at the official press conference for Canelo Alvarez versus Terence "Bud" Crawford, the world didn't just get a stare down, we got a straight-up shockwave. One that flipped the narrative on its head and had every major outlet scrambling for a headline.
It's their levels and their stars and superstars. Okay, and they made the championship, not the championship made them.
This wasn't just a press conference. This was a statement, a warning, a mind game. And guess what? Terence Crawford won that round. Let's break it down. So what exactly went down? The event popped off in Vegas, set up like a Super Bowl, but for fists. And yeah, everyone was expecting the usual, respectful trash talk. Some predictable, "I'm ready" quotes.
Because we are true fighters.
Yeah, two fighters.
True fighters.
True, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters.
Huh?
Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course.
They need to talk and talk about the fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters. We want to put a great fight.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk.
I am sure in the end in the mid of September we will have one of the greatest fights ever happen in boxing, and I am sure of it. I am sure of it.
And fists up. Guards good. Excellent. Great. Excellent. Wonderful.
But Crawford? Man came locked and loaded. While Canelo kept things cool, Crawford turned the heat all the way up, grabbing the mic and delivering a cold, calculated message that had Canelo tight and the crowd shook. You're in your prime. I'm in mine. But I'm smarter, stronger, and I've never tasted defeat. Canelo didn't flinch, but the world did. Here's what makes this fight even crazier. It's not just boxing anymore. This is Netflix 10 DAZN X, UFC 10 Saudi Arabia level crossover madness. Yup, Turkey Alaushik is calling it the fight of the century. Dana White's officially involved. And the bag behind this one? Stupid heavy. But let's talk why this fight's not just history. It's dangerous.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence "Bud" Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, "Can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life." And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Canelo Alvarez is 34, coming off a dominant win over William Skull and holding all 4 super middleweight titles.
He boxed a little bit too much, defensive minded a little bit too much.
Right hand to the body there from Canelo.
Ultra elusive, if you want to call it that, in Arislandi Lara.
Right hand again.
Crawford, undefeated. 4-division world champ. 37 years old, but still got that nasty timing and that Omaha-born grit. But here's the wild part. Crawford is moving up 2 weight classes to make this fight happen. That's not a jump. That's a leap off the boxing cliff.
No, I'm saying at once.
Right.
I'm saying I started at 135. I mean, I'm just saying, like, say if Canelo was the champion at 147, to go up 168.
Right in one jump.
Yeah, in one jump.
It's a big jump too. 21 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
It's a lot of weight.
People forget, Bud Crawford started at lightweight. He's been gradually climbing and conquering. But super middleweight? That's Canelo's playground. And the weight advantage might not just be size. It could be power, durability, and ring control. But if you thought Bud was scared, oh no, he's hunting.
So every time I see him, he'll come and be like, Canelo.
You know, yeah, you know how Billy do it too. Yeah.
So every time, I'll be like, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
So every time he say that, you know, I just be like gradually getting into like looking at like, okay. And he's not that big. You know, he heavy, but he not that big.
Right.
You know, and I was just like, all right. And I'm laughing, but at the same time, it started hitting me like, all right, man, maybe he on to something. You know, and then I started sizing him up, and I'm like, all right, well, Canelo 5'7", you know, my arm's longer.
Yeah.
He's strong, I'm strong.
Right.
You know, it'd be, to me, skill for skill.
Right.
You know, because Canelo not the biggest 168 fighter. So I just started looking into it, and I'm like, man.
Now, let's talk about the press conference shock. Most people thought Crawford would play it cool. Some even thought he would hold back, considering he's at a major disadvantage in this bout. But no, he went full assassin mode, pulling receipts, calling out Canelo for ducking him for years, even mocking his last few opponents.
I've been beating up big dudes all my life.
Because they underestimate your Bud.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm going to beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care. But I'm going to find a way to win, no matter what.
In September, are you going to pull this? I shook up the world. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you.
Definitely. That's definitely going to be, you know what I mean, one of the moments, you know. I need the doubters to fuel me. What you think he'll do if he go up 2 more weight classes? I need that, you know, because that's gonna make me more focused and turn into a different animal. So I need the people to say, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not.
Canelo didn't respond with words, but his eyes? Yeah, those said enough. Thing is, we've seen this before. Remember when Billy Joe Saunders tried to rattle him? Or when Caleb Plant got up in his face? Every time someone tried to play mind games, Canelo shut him up with body shots and highlight real knockouts. But Crawford ain't them. He's smarter, sharper, meaner.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
And let's not act like Terence Crawford just popped out of nowhere for this fight, all right? He's been calling out Canelo for years. Like, this isn't new. Even when everyone said it was impossible, too small, too risky, Canelo doesn't need him. Bud stayed locked in. He's never hesitated, never played shy.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh, man, you will whoop his ass. Like
yes, man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Majimov.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones. It's about now.
While Canelo was out here brushing him off, saying he had nothing to prove with Crawford and would only consider it if the bag made sense, Bud was already shadowboxing that man in his mind.
Bud Crawford just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
You know, everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And you know, like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2-3 weights class less than me. But if the money is right, why not? Right? Why not? But look, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga. I know I have a challenge in front. I never overlook any fighter. So I'm focused 100% in this, and then we'll see.
Every interview, every post-fight mic grab, Crawford's made it clear. This ain't about chasing a check. It's about legacy. He's stepping up 2 weight classes, not for clout, but because he genuinely wants to fight the best. And that mindset, that's dangerous. He's coming in with full confidence, full power, and full on, I told y'all I was built different energy. The underdog label doesn't faze him. It fuels him.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah,
Next.
yeah.
But not everyone's buying into the Crawford hype. Boxing legend Shane Mosley recently came out swinging, saying Bud's heart might be bigger than his frame, and that could be a problem. He said, if Crawford stays in the pocket with Canelo, he's done. He's not built for that weight. And honestly, he's got a point, because while Crawford looked beefed up at the presser, let's be real, size matters at 168, and Canelo's built like a tank. Now, let's add the plot twist. This fight isn't just about belts. It's about pound-for-pound supremacy, legacy, and ego. Canelo's been top dog for years. But if Bud Crawford beats him, he's officially the greatest of this generation. No debate. And Crawford knows it. That's why he's risking everything. The weight jump, the power difference, the critics. He wants GOAT status.
When did it come to a point, how long ago was it for yourself when you realised that the Canelo Alvarez fight is a possibility for you?
Just you know what I mean, looking over the landscape of boxing and the opportunities and the accomplishment that Canelo had, and you know, sizing them up and things like that. I know we ain't never been in the ring before, but you know, it's a great opportunity for me in my career.
And that idea of yourself of chasing greatness, inside, how much does that excite you over that, with it all together, that idea of chasing greatness? It's always something you've done, to do that, sort of stepping up in weights. How much is that an exciting proposition for you?
Oh, it's very exciting. It's like throwing gasoline on a bucket of fire. You know, I'm very competitive, and I'm looking to be competitive in a fight in September.
He's already shut up doubters at 147. When Spence was hyped to stop him, Crawford turned that man into a meme. That wasn't just a win. That was domination. That put him on the map. Now, he wants to do the same to Canelo, but at 168, a whole different ballgame.
I can't go down anymore. But you know, like he say, you know, when they ask him for the Germonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because everybody's gonna say it's too small, it's too small, it's too small, and then, you know, he need to enjoy his fight. Okay, he deserves it. He deserves it. I like Spence, but you know, I like Spence and all the respect for him and everything. But I knew. I think is the type of fight Terence Crawford is different. 168, but like I say, like he say, nobody's gonna give me credit for that.
Thank you very much.
And let's not sleep on the business side. With Dana White involved, this is going to be the most spectacle-heavy boxing match in years. Think lights, fireworks, walkouts that feel like WrestleMania. Plus, that Netflix global stream, it's bringing boxing back into the mainstream spotlight. And that 3-city media tour, Saudi Arabia, New York City, and Vegas? This ain't just a fight. It's an event. Now, if we're being honest, this is where Crawford thrives. The underdog they doubted. The guy people bet against because of size. But remember, skills pay the bills. And Crawford's got the cleanest timing, the nastiest counters, and the meanest switch hit footwork in the game. Let's talk skills, because Crawford ain't just slick, he's surgical. We're talking elite footwork, seamless stand switching from orthodox to southpaw, and that razor-sharp ring IQ that lets him download opponents mid-fight like he's got AI in his gloves. His timing? Impeccable. He can counter off the back foot, walk you down with pressure, or lure you in with feints before unleashing that sniper-like straight left. His punch placement is textbook. He doesn't just hit hard, he hits smart. And defensively? His head movement and ability to roll with shots makes him a nightmare to pin down. Crawford's not just coming to survive at 168, he's coming to outbox the bigger guy, and he's got the skill set to do it. Funny enough, when Canelo fought Mayweather, he was the young lion with power but no polish. Now, the roles are reversed. Crawford's coming in with the mind of a killer, the patience of a surgeon, and if Canelo thinks this is just another power puncher, he's in for a rude awakening. And that's what's got the boxing world split. On one side, you've got the Canelo loyalists saying this is an easy dub for the Mexican king. They're pointing at the weight gap, the power difference, the experience at 168. Crawford's too small, they say. This ain't 147.
Are you still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
No, I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel...
Of course, yeah. I like Terence. But I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I travelled with him to the fight. And, you know, but it's a 50-50 fight. I think gun to head, I'm probably picking Crawford right now. But I want Canelo to win. And he can win for sure. But Terence is going to make it really tricky and awkward for him. And I don't think he's going to like that kind of fight.
But then you've got the Bud believers, hardcore fans and analysts who are like, nah, Crawford is pound for pound #1 for a reason. They're saying skills beat size, and Bud's IQ, speed, and adaptability make him the real threat. It's not just a fight, it's a clash of eras, styles, and legacies. And after that press conference, let's just say Bud is already up 1-0 in the psychological warfare. Some fans think Crawford's been training for Canelo for over a year, bulking up in silence while calling him out online. Others say Canelo only took this fight because pressure from Turkey and Netflix made it too big to duck. Either way, we're getting it. The 13th of September, Allegiant Stadium. No more running.
William who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar, também comprado da South Oscar, being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford. in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, back Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, and this is the truth again.
So now the question is, who's really ready? Will Canelo's experience, size, and pressure be too much? Or will Crawford's speed, IQ, and insane accuracy be enough to pull off one of the biggest upsets in modern boxing? One thing's for sure, after what went down at the press conference, this isn't just hype, this is war. Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you got? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. I'll catch you in the next one.